Looks like the MCU's Blade movie has bit the dust, eh? Alright, they can't all be winners. Hello, I'm Marvin, and I'm the Movie Monster. Few movies got the action-packed testosterone pumping better than the original Blade, starring Wesley Snipes. It was the first ever Marvel movie, which no one ever mentions, and it's a fantastic late 90s action flick. Well, there was also Howard the Duck, so... Alright, well, scratch that maybe. It was still a good 90s action flick. So when Marvel announced that it was coming out with a new Blade that would fit within the overarching MCU, fans were excited. That's because when the project was announced, Marvel hadn't yet burned every bridge with the fans and sacrificed every last shred of goodwill it had earned on the altar of the MCU just yet.
Pachingo, pachingo, pachingo.
And that just goes to show you how long ago this film was announced. It was revealed all the way back in 2019 that Mahershala Ali, who'd previously played Cottonmouth in the Netflix Luke Cage series, was going to be playing the title character, and fans were excited to start delving into the world of vampires and monsters in the Marvel Universe. Monsters in the Marvel Universe. Nah, it could never work. But then modern Marvel gonna do what modern Marvel gonna do. And the studio that found itself now devoid of Jon Favreau and the Russos started on a production that was plagued with endless delays, mostly centered around the creative direction of the project. You see, modern Marvel, under the ridiculous direction of frickin' Frack, aka Kevin Feige and Victoria Alonso,
Fools! Idiots! Imbeciles!
wanted to pull their favorite scam on the audience, present a project centered around a beloved legacy male comic book character, and then do the old switcheroo at the last second once they already had your money. Let's reveal now that this project isn't about your hero at all. It's about this stunning and brave, strong female that's replacing him. Throughout the film, the hero will be shown to be clueless and ineffective, while the female will be infinitely more formidable and ultimately save the day, usually while telling the male what a piece of crap he is several times along the way.
You can't keep getting away with this!
That was the plan here, where audiences were supposed to learn once they were in the theater that the main character of this movie wasn't Blade at all. It was Blade's daughter, and she was gonna smirk and stunning and brave her way through scores of vampires, all while telling her dad what a piece of crap he was.
Son of a bitch!
And while this tactic seems to fly with beta males like Benedict Cumberbatch and Paul Rudd, Mahershala Ali apparently has a very different opinion, because if he's being hired to play Blade in a movie called Blade, then he was going to be the main character.
I am assuming direct control.
The film then spiraled into development hell, with Marvel unable to turn out a script that was makeable, and the film lost writer after writer, director after director. Eventually, even Ali's lawyer spoke up about the situation and was like, "This is absolutely ridiculous." Just recently, the film lost yet another director, and now it's lost its 2025 release date. Mahershala Ali is taking on new projects, and it's clear that this movie is not happening. So what's going on with Blade, and how did we get here? Well, we'll find out today on Tooney TV. So Marvel's Blade reboot continues to ice skate uphill as Disney removes Mahershala Ali-led film from 2025 release schedule, gives premiere date to Predator Badlands. This comes to us from our friend Spencer Bakuli over there at Bounding Into Comics. He's the editor-in-chief over there, good friend of the show, and a regular contributor to Tooney TV every Thursday night for Tooney Talk TV. So check him out there. So Spencer says it should seriously not be this hard to make a movie that basic premise is cool black guy kills a bunch of vampires, sometimes using katanas, but alas, Marvel Studios has found a way. In the latest stumble for their infamously stuck in development hell attempt to bring Blade into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, following a number of delays and setbacks to its production, Marvel has now completely removed the Daywalker solo film from their upcoming 2025 release schedule. Man, this is why I love Spencer's articles. He writes in such a fantastic way. I love the way he puts things together and words things. It's why he's the best in the business. As relayed to the public by numerous entertainment reporters, including Deadline's Anthony D'Alessandro, This development regarding the Mashallah Ali-led project was first confirmed on the morning of October 22nd when an update to the House of Mouse's theatrical plans revealed that not only was Blade no longer set for its November 7th, 2025 premiere date, but also that its slot had been subsequently given to the next Predator franchise entry, Predator Badlands. That is not a good sign, guys, when they have more faith in a Predator movie than a Marvel movie. I mean, come on. It used to be that a Marvel movie was a license to print money, and they have destroyed these properties by trying to turn them into woke sounding boards, basically. And I don't even really like the word woke. The YouTube algorithm likes it, so I use it in headlines every once in a while, but sometimes there's no better word for it. It's just virtue signaling, nonstop virtue signaling. It's more Captain Marvel, it bait and switches. It's just endless with Marvel. They have absolutely sacrificed every ounce of goodwill they once had, all to present this MCU vision. Because women started going to Marvel movies. Well, here's the thing, guys. They were mostly going with their boyfriends or husbands. They were going because the stories had heart, because the stories were actually good, and they got to watch Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth with their shirts off. You want proof of that? Look no further than the actual demographic information on who went to see the Marvels.
There are dozens of us. Dozens!
This is a movie that was made for women, a movie that was specifically made for women to go and see it. You know who went and saw it? Men. The very people that they blamed for this movie bombing. Men went to see it, women sat it out.
Weird.
Because women are not the primary demographic for Marvel Comics. Yes, there are plenty of women out there who love Marvel, who read the comics, who play video games, but they don't exist in enough of a volume to completely replace your male demographic. It's not reality, guys. I'm sorry. And while it certainly, Spencer says, doesn't inspire confidence in the titular Vampire Hunters MCU prospects at current without any official word from either Marvel Studios, Disney, or Ali himself, it seems his latest scheduling change is currently being considered an indefinite delay rather than a full-on cancellation. To this same end, neither of these three entities, nor anyone related to them, have yet offered a public comment on the latest Blade-related setback. Now, per previous reports, as noticed above, this is far from the first production-related setback to befall what is shaping up to be one of the MCU's biggest fumbles. First announced back in 2019. Think about that, guys. This was announced pre-pandemic. At that year's San Diego Comic-Con, 2 years after the fact, the film would officially receive its first director in the form of Mogul Mowgli director Bassam Tariq. However, just a year later, it was announced that he'd be exiting the MCU due to, quote, continued shifts in Marvel's production schedule.
This is a lie.
Quote, Bassam is no longer moving forward as director of Blade, but will remain an executive producer on the project. Marvel told The Hollywood Reporter, we appreciate Bassam's talents and all the work he's done getting Blade to where it is. Where it is nowhere, guys. This film also had so many writers. Bo DeMeo, Mr. Hold DeMeo himself, was once attached to this film before they moved him on to X-Men, and he started sending pictures of his shots to everybody, allegedly. Then in 2022, Marvel Studios tapped Lovecraft Country director Yann Demange to step into the director's chair. But like Bassam before him, Demange would only stay attached for roughly a year and a half before, as reported in June 2024 by The Wrap, he likewise chose to leave the project. We had a video on that on this channel as well. The channel was about a month old at the time. And that's not to say nothing of the fact that across its thus far 5 years in production hell, Blade has gone through at least 6 total script revisions, which according to rumors have all been done in service of trying to navigate the project away from its original intention of introducing Blade's daughter as the franchise's main anti-vampire fighter in favor of actually focusing on the man himself. And there's a picture of Blade's daughter with her pink hair.
Ha! Gay!
Now, you take one look at this image, guys, that is 100% believable that Marvel wanted to focus this franchise on this character. I mean, from the pink hair to the look in her eyes, just to the fact that she looks like she weighs 97 pounds soaking wet with a brick in each pocket, Marvel would have wanted this entire franchise to revolve around her. Just a kick-ass girl boss. That's all they ever want.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Now, further adding to how its release date has been pushed back 3 times prior to this delay, Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige reportedly outright yelled in anger over the film's abysmal quality, and the public complaint from Ali's attorney Shelby Weiser that her client's Blade contract was closed, quote, in 2019, and they still haven't shot it, which is pretty much the craziest thing in my professional experience. And suffice to say, at this point, it's looking like it will take a straight-up miracle for Ali's version of the Daywalker to ever see, well, the light of day. Spencer, I love you.
That sounds like a Fat Albert joke.
It's in the proving more true everyday words of the original cinematic Blade in Deadpool and Wolverine. There's only one Blade. There's ever only going to be one Blade. It's so funny. That line took on such a different meaning than what it should have been when you went to see Deadpool and Wolverine, because the joke was that they were making a new Blade. But now the joke is that they're not making a new Blade. And everybody, I think, kind of got that joke to where it was not supposed to land, but actually landed when it happened. And listen, one of the best things in Deadpool Wolverine is Wesley Snipes showing up as Blade.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind.
I mean, theaters around the world erupted when he came on the screen.
Everybody hands go up, and they stay there, and they stay there.
And man, he's still got it. He has still got it. He was just as cool, just as badass, just as epic as he was in 1998. And I've been hearing some rumblings, which we'll go into in the closing. But guys, what do you think about the future of Blade? Do you think we'll see Wesley Snipes again? Do you think the Mahershala Ali movie will eventually get up and get on its feet and power back into our hearts and minds? Or do you think that Marvel is just cooked at this point and nothing is going to happen? Sound off in the comments section below and let me know. This Blade movie was never going to happen. It was a pipe dream to assume that modern Marvel would actually make a movie about a masculine man kicking butt without there being some kind of bait and switch or heavy-handed political messaging involved.
Olsen, help me up onto his casket so I can dance on it!
And good on Mahershala Ali for pushing back and clearly not bending the knee to Feige's agenda. He clearly didn't want to be part of another major Marvel flop. Let's be honest, most celebrities just want to get that big paycheck. They don't care about the script or how the film performs. They're getting paid either way, and so then they're just going to fail upward. But Mahershala Ali seems to have drawn a line in the sand here. He seems to have told Marvel that he's not going to just take their money and put out drivel that insults and purposely misleads fans.
Well, how about that?
And I got an inside source at Marvel who's told me some interesting things. Now, please note this is information that comes from a third-party source that I trust, but please still take it as strictly rumor for now. But my sources told me that the studio is going very hard after Wesley Snipes right now, at the very least for Secret War, and possibly for some kind of old man Blade movie. The plan is to recast Blade eventually, but those plans are on hold until the major Marvel soft reboot that's coming after Secret War happens. Many people internally are calling that the Marvel Ultimate Cinematic Universe.
Ha! Gay!
The name makes sense if you consider what the Ultimate Universe was, but I just don't see it actually being a major marketing thing they're going to roll out. Word is they're planning ahead for the next 10 to 15 years of projects, but if there's no money to be made now, are they ever going to get to that point? And that means, guys, it's time to ask ourselves the same question we ponder every time some new Marvel news breaks. Is this it, folks? Is this the turning point? Once Marvel gets over the hump that is Agatha, Captain America, Brave New World, Thunderbolts, and Ironheart, is it possible that we might actually get real Marvel films back?
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Now, from what I've seen, Daredevil Born Again actually looks like it could be really good. And with the Russos and Downey back again for the next two Avengers films, a part of my heart wants to believe. But Marvel's destroyed the trust and goodwill I once had in them, and for every second of Agatha and Secret Invasion and She-Hulk and the Marvels that I've sat through, that trust and goodwill erodes further and sinks into the negatives.
Shields up.
And they're gonna have to fight and scrape and claw to get even a shred of it back. It's your move, Marvel. Try to impress me. Win me back if you can. Thanks for joining us today, and a huge thanks to our Tooneytown TV channel members. You guys are the ones with a power level of over 9,000 who continue to keep this channel running strong and push us to over 4,000 subscribers. And you guys get exclusive content like Unnamed True Crime Podcast with Marvin Trish debuting this week, Kevin Apollo's Rants, and a special exclusive live stream every Friday at 2 p.m. So if you're not a Tooneytown TV member, join today. And please come check us out on Tooneytown TV on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. EST. It's a live stream pop culture podcast where you can make your voice heard as a part of the Tooneytown community. If you like what you saw here today, please like, share, and subscribe. Click the bell icon to get notified of new videos as they drop. From all of us here at the Tooneytown channels, I'm Marvin the Movie Monster. Now get out of here!